He faces what scares him.
Will.
You got any Jeffrey wisdom?
None that you want to hear.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love Bel-Air, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like the video and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today we'll be talking about Bel-Air Season 2, the official trailer. This is the breakdown. Now you guys, y'all let me know what y'all think about the trailer and how do y'all see Season 2 playing out. We will start to do some more Bel-Air videos for you guys. Get ready for those predictions and fan theories. I cannot wait to see Season 2. It will be premiering on February 23rd. And it's going to be a banger in my opinion. Now you guys, make sure you check out my last few videos. I dropped the Bel-Air Season 2, Sweetie with guest star, and I also talked about the official trailer dropping. And as I told you guys, I had a feeling they was going to be dropping this trailer soon, and that's exactly what they end up doing. Now if you guys are a fan of BMF, check out the BMF Season 2 Episode 3 recap that I did yesterday. The episode was straight up fire, and if you need a new show, go ahead and check out Your Honor Season 2. It's on Showtime and it's another banger. I did the Your Honor Season 2 Episode 2 recap video, so check it out. Now let's talk about the topic of discussion, Bel-Air Season 2, the official trailer. We will go over the official description of this season, and then after that we're going to go over the trailer to break it down. Now it states that Season 2 of Bel-Air picks up with Will at the crossroads as a new figure comes into his life who challenges what he's learned in Bel-Air and competes for control of his influence. He juggles this while navigating his home life with the Banks family and trying to rebuild the trust that was broken at the end of last season. We'll see Will and Carlton's brotherhood start to evolve as they grow closer, but still challenge each other about their differences. We'll also see Hillary evolve as she becomes more of a boss in her influencer world, and how that spills over into her relationship with Jazz, and also highlight the relatable struggles around Viv and Phil balancing marriage and family while trying to forge their own career paths and reconnect to the things that are important to them. So those are the key elements of Season 2. I cannot wait to see it. I know everybody was talking about Tatiana Ali coming into Bel-Air Season 2. We're going to talk about her in this video. Now I'm going to try to focus on all the key points in this trailer. If I miss anything, you guys let me know down below. Now the trailer, we can hear Will talking about his whole life was based on a lie and he cannot go back to how things were. We know Jeffrey is telling him a real man doesn't avoid hard things. He faces what scares him, and we can kind of see like a flashback on what happened back in Season 1 and the things that Will was going through. We know he ended up leaving. He was pissed off about what, Aunt Viv and of course Uncle Phil did and learning the truth about his pops. Of course, he's not feeling it, and Jeffrey is just giving him advice on what he needs to do. We see like a little flashes of what Will's going to be going through for Season 2. He's running through the school, and of course he's looking pissed off right here. And then we see Will, at the basketball game. I think this is going to be a big key element of Season 2 for Will. We know there will be a new basketball recruiter coming into Season 2. We talked about this in the last video that I did on Bel-Air. We're going to talk more about it once again in this video. We see some of the people that's probably going to have a huge impact on Will. Uncle Phil, Aunt Viv, we see Carlton as well, and of course Jeffrey. And not just Jeffrey, we see Lisa. And it's going to be an interesting storyline between Lisa because we know Jackie will be coming into Season 2. We talked about Jackie in my last video. And remember, Jackie is supposed to be inspired by Jackie from the original Fresh Prince. And we know Tyra Banks played her character. But we got a new Jackie for the reimagined version. And then Will kind of snaps into reality. And then we get into the trailer a little bit more. Jazz is telling him to buckle up, get dressed, let's go. We see, new characters that Will's going to be introduced to in Season 2. And most likely Will's going to have a lot of new friends because Will, he proved in Season 1 that a lot of people like how he be rolling. We see the alternate Jordan 5s that Will's going to have on the Bel-Air versions. And we see Aunt Viv, she's talking about how things are not the same when Will is not there. So the family, they're going to be feeling some type of way not having Will in the house. It's going to be kind of weird and different for them, but eventually I believe he will be coming back. Now in the trailer, we can see Will and Carlton. Remember, they will be bonding a little bit more, but it's going to still be some challenges for the both of them. Now we can hear Will talking about he is staying in South LA. Maybe he is staying with Jazz. I mean, that could be an option for him, seeing that we see him with Jazz all the time, especially throughout this trailer. And that's the person that he was, real cool with in Season 1. We know he's going to be in these basketball tournaments. I believe he's going to be at Venice Beach Carlton wants to know where he's getting his money from. Well, this is where he's getting his money from. Will has to go out there and do what he does best, and that's play basketball. Now we can see the boys pull Will and Carlton over, and it seems like Will can never escape law enforcement. I mean, we know what happened in season 1, and now on season 2, they're getting pulled over. I believe everything's going to be cool, but this is just going to remind Will that no matter where he lives at, he will always be watched and he will always have issues if he's at the wrong place at the wrong time, no matter who he is with. Now, in the trailer, we can see Uncle Phil and we see your boy Jeffrey. Jeffrey is talking about he did what he did for Will's sake. We know Phil and Jeffrey did not have the best ending in season 1 because Jeffrey, he was looking out for Will and he wanted to tell him the truth about his pops, while your boy Uncle Phil was trying to hide the truth. They kind of fell out a little bit. Uncle Phil definitely needs to repair that relationship with Jeffrey, and of course he needs to fix things with his wife Vid, because it seems like they're going to still have some issues, and that's based off what we saw in season 1 and based off this trailer. Now in the trailer, we can see Will getting into it. Maybe it's going to be like a one-on-one, basketball game between Will and this guy. And y'all know Will, he's probably going to go back and forth with this dude. I'm expecting Will to win the game, hopefully, but we shall see. We also know that Jackie and Will meet up at this basketball tournament at Venice Beach. And then we're going to see just how close the two are going to get and if it's going to be similar to what we saw in the original Fresh Prince. Now, he will be more involved in basketball. I told you. We will be seeing the new basketball recruiter. His name is Doc Hightower. We talked about him in the last video that I did about Bel-Air, and he's going to be watching Will. He's going to feel like Will has a lot of potential, but being at Bel-Air Academy, he feels like Will is getting soft or whatever. And we can see old boy blocking Will's shots. And Will, y'all know how he's going to be. He's going to be trying to impress this guy, and he's going to go out there under that pressure, and he's going to slip up. Now, Doc Hightower believes if he takes Will under his wing, sky is the limit. You know what I'm saying? If he has the proper training and the right people around him, Will can really go out there and do something in the game of basketball. But it would not be easy. Will have to put in that work. Based off this trailer, we already know he's going to put in that work, and we're going to see just how far he's going to go. Now, we also see the return of Karuchi. She is back in season 2. Her name is Ivy, and we know that her and Hillary have some type of partnership, but it seems like she's taking advantage of Hillary, and she's making her do things that she probably doesn't really want to do, and she's running over her, and that cannot be the case. Jazz is telling her, like, look, you got to step up. If you don't set the tone, she's going to continue to walk all over you, and we know Hillary, she ain't just going to let this girl walk all over her for a long time. Eventually, she is going to put her in her place, and I think that will happen in season 2. We know Hillary is a big influencer, and the whole partnership that she has with Ivy can go either way, depending on how Hillary wants to address the issues that she's going to have with her. Now, we see Carlton, of course. Based off the trailer, we know he's going to have issues at school. I believe Carlton will be talking to Yasmin, and this is the president of the BSU, and we're going to meet her in season 2. But based off the trailer, your boy Carlton is going to be stressed out. It's going to be a lot of pressure on him. We can see Will with the Black Teachers Matter banner right here, and maybe Carlton is pissed off about that. We know Carlton was jealous of Will back in season 1, and even though the two will be bonding more in season 2, I can still see Carlton having some issues with Will, especially at school. On top of that, we know Carlton was talking about being different, and it seems like everybody, all they see is his mistake, so that's going to be a major issue for him. Now, we have your girl Tatiana Ali. She will be, I believe, an English literature teacher for Ashley. And this is very interesting, right? Because we know Ashley, she is from the original Fresh Prince. And I believe it makes the storyline that much more special, seeing that she's going to be mentoring and looking over the character that she once was. Now, it does state that she's going to give, Ashley books from her personal collection. So she does see something special in her, and she wants to make sure that she's doing good. She tells Ashley to never, ever let anyone try to change you. We know Ashley was going through some things in season 1 as far as coming out and being accepted by her family and the people that's around her. And I believe in season 2, they're going to dive a little bit more deeper within this whole storyline. But it is good to see, her storyline open up and seeing that this OG character is going to return to the show. That's the great news for all of us Bel-Air fans. Now, Uncle Phil is going to be back in the workplace, putting in that work once again, and it seems like it's going to piss Aunt Viv off because she's like, man, you going back already? We know she has her own dreams and the things that she wants to do. We know she was real big on art, In the trailer, we can see Uncle Phil trying to kiss her. She ain't having it. I mean, look at her. She's pissed off. She's like, don't touch me. Don't kiss me. Because she feels like he's probably doing things that he wants to do. But just like season 1, he did that. And she felt like what she was doing wasn't really valued or whatever. Her art and the things that she believed in, was on the back burner, and she did not get a lot of support. So expect Aunt Viv to do exactly what she wants to do this season. She's going to inspire her family to do better. And she's talking about creating a legacy where we are represented. And then after she says that, they show us Ashley, and then they show us your boy Will, and then they show us Carlton, and of course, Hillary. So I believe, Aunt Viv is going to inspire all of them to do better just based on what she's been through. And Uncle Phil is telling her, I think it's time to take the gloves off. Well, she's going to take the gloves off. She's going to get real. And hopefully Michael Ealy does not return, because if he returns, it's going to be some more problems within this family, because we know back in season 1, he definitely created some problems. And speaking of problems, your boy Carlton is getting into it, and it seems like this guy is running his mouth, and y'all know Carlton. He ain't going to go for that. He gonna eventually blow up, and he gonna be going off. I guess they didn't teach this dude right here how to squabble. Your boy Carlton is putting them hands on him. He ain't playing around. Lisa is telling him to get up off of him. She's yelling his name, but Carlton, he done snapped. I can't wait to see this scene. This is why Carlton is going to need a lot of therapy. He's going to need his cousin Will to be there to support him, and not just him, but a lot of other people as well, because Carlton will definitely be going through a lot with his anxiety, and he's going to need a lot of support to deal with all of that. Now, we know there's going to be some issues with Will and his basketball team at Bel-Air Academy. Of course, they're talking about how Will needs to shut his mouth. Will probably feels like he doesn't even need to be on that team. I just hope everything, goes through well for him, because this can be a huge opportunity for him as far as basketball. And if he wants to impress that recruiter, he has to do what he got to do to keep things good on that basketball team. But we shall see. Now, this is Jackie. We talked about her in the last video. She will be coming to Bel-Air. They're going to meet at Venice Beach at the basketball tournament. And I believe it's going to create some issues with Lisa. We know Lisa and Will was real close in season 1. In the trailer, she's talking about we can't be friends anymore. So is she pissed off about Will and Jackie? Did something else happen? Whatever it is, it's going to, be a huge impactful moment for Will. I think they're going to eventually, be cool when it's all said and done. But based off what we saw in the trailer, it's definitely not looking like that. Now, your girl Sweetie, she is here. We talked about her. Most likely she's going to be performing at some party or whatever, and she's going to be playing herself. Now, Ashley is talking about he can't do this to you. I believe something happened to her teacher. Tatiana Ali is talking about, fight for your principles or whatever. So I believe she's going to be looking out for Ashley, and then something major is going to happen at the school where she's probably going to get, suspended or whatever. And I believe Ashley is going to try to do something to protect her. Now we can see Will getting that, A1 basketball training from his recruiter. We already know he's going to be putting in the work, as I told you guys earlier. I can't wait to see how that whole storyline is going to play out. We know Carlton is talking about his anxiety, is getting to him. He feels like he's in a Bel-Air bubble, and he will be struggling. As I told y'all, he will need a lot of support. Carlton definitely has some huge moments in season 1. I'm just hoping he really gets that help in season 2, and he doesn't mess around and do something stupid and, wind up hurting himself. Now we can hear Will talking about we all need to step up. Now I believe this is at the part in the trailer where we saw Will pulling down that Black Teachers Matters banner, and maybe Carlton does get jealous at what Will is doing and all the praise that he's going to be getting. We're going to see how it's all going to play out once we see this season. And then at the end of the trailer, we can hear Will asking Jeffrey, does he have any Jeffrey wisdom? And this is where Jeffrey tells him, none that you want to hear. And I believe it goes back to the very beginning of the trailer where Jeffrey is telling him a real man doesn't avoid hard things. He faces what scares him. So that's where I believe they kind of switched it up with the trailer at the beginning and at the end or whatever. So you can tell Will was feeling whatever Jeffrey was telling him. Apparently it was the truth, and he's going to have to deal with everything that's going to come his way this season. I cannot wait to see it. Now, you guys, y'all let me know what y'all thought about the Bel-Air Season 2 official trailer. Remember, the season will be premiering on February 23rd on Peacock. And if I was you guys, I would go back and watch Season 1. That way, you're more refreshed and ready for Season 2. I cannot wait to see it. But I want to thank you guys once again for all the love, all the support, and I will catch y'all on the next one. But let me get up on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.